Now, I don't think it went unnoticed yesterday that our third most decorated international footballer with 117 caps, hopefully soon to be 118 caps, retired yesterday. He's actually our fifth most decorated player at international level as well. I'm delighted to say that I've got on the line John O'Shea. John, how are you keeping?
All right, Kev. How are we doing?
Yeah, I'm very good. John, big decision yesterday from you to, I suppose, was it the case of finally announcing your international retirement? How did you come about to make your decision?
Yeah, exactly, Kev. I'd spoken to Martin previously, obviously with the games against Denmark in particular, and the games, obviously, he was probably aware that, and we were both aware, like, obviously I wasn't going to be going on for the next campaign, and the ideal scenario was obviously to get to Russia and to make the squad for Russia. That was would have been the plan if everything had gone okay. And but once that was out of the way, and then obviously I was wanting to just get the season out of the way, and then I'd met Martin and spoken to him a couple of times, and he had said to me, "Look, what about we go for a game against be captain for the last game at home against the USA?" And I thought, look, it'd be a nice way to finish things up, you know.
Was it in your mind, John, after the Denmark game that was it? Obviously, you're saying that you wanted to finish ideally with a World Cup, but was the Denmark game that's it? You just maybe wanted to concentrate then on club form off the back of that. Then was that just in your mindset?
Yeah, exactly, and kind of obviously through the campaign, when I'd spoken to Martin after the Euros initially, because it was probably on my mind, thinking, because obviously I played so much, and then thinking about Martin, obviously we spoke about it. He said, "No, look, you'll still be involved," and obviously I played in a few of the games, but obviously look, there comes a time, Kev, you have to let the younger boys kick in and step up to the plate, and that obviously you use your experience and help around the squad and that, and but obviously that was coming to a point where, look, the boys were doing fantastically well at club level as well as international level. They were stepping up to it, so it was in good hands to take over. Yeah,
I mean, you made your international debut now, John, in August 2001. 17 years as an international footballer. It's still not an easy decision to make. So what then finally swung it then for you? What was in your mindset when you decided, look, that is it? Because it's been such a huge part of your life, both underage and senior international football.
Yeah, that was the thing, and obviously it's just the commitment as well that's needed to fully go with it, making sure, obviously I'm hoping to play, say, for another year club level. I've played, say, plenty of football this year, but a case of to have that commitment. We have baby number 3, fingers crossed, on the way soon enough too, so all them.
You got your hands full.
I thought, especially, look, obviously I'm not getting any younger too, so if I had been still playing in the team, fair enough, but no, there comes a time where I've had a look. I've been so fortunate to have an amazing run at doing something that I dreamt of as a kid, so to have a chance like that was amazing for me.
Yeah, I said before, the 5th most decorated Irish footballer. You've won 14 trophies, 5 Premier League titles, the Champions League, John. Can you put into words the high points and the low points? Can you reflect now across the course of your career and think of the high points and the low points that you had during your time playing?
Well, look, I've been fortunate as the sense that there's been, as you say, Kevin, plenty of high points, but there's been obviously the low points as well, and they're the things that kind of to drive you on to still want to be playing at the level that I kind of played at. In the sense of missing out on the World Cup, obviously would be a bit of a sickener. But look, I've been blessed to get to major tournaments with Ireland. There's been many fantastic players that maybe haven't got to a major tournament, or different things like that with Ireland. So, but missing out on the World Cup will definitely be like a disappointment. But it's small in significance, if you know what I mean, in the sense of the things that I have enjoyed throughout my career, But having obviously spoken to yourself and other players that have been to these occasions at a World Cup, it's obviously something that you get great memories from, so that would definitely be up there, but it's hard to pinpoint exactly the highs and the lows, Kev, at this minute, because everything's just kind of rushing through your head of say what's going on, especially at international level, but there's been highs and lows, that's for sure.
Well, I think everyone will remember your goal against Germany in Gelsenkirchen on your 100th cap. That surely got to be right up there with some of the best moments. Yeah,
look, if you couldn't have scripted that better, especially the significance from it in terms of the way the qualification was going, to make it count, to be away from home, practically last kick of the game against the world champions. That was a great night. And it's definitely one that's it's definitely close to the top, if not at the top, Kev, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know. Well, another thing is, you wrote an open letter, John, and you obviously you tried to mention, or you did mention, everyone across the course of your career, ranging from people who would help you in the early stage of your career. You mentioned Brian Kerr, Noel O'Reilly, when you'd won the European under 16 tournament as well over 20 years ago now. Do all these come flooding back to you as well? And one thing I want to say as well is, how difficult was it maybe to pen that letter, given that there's so much support that you would have had across the course of your career? Was it kind of nice when you were trying to reminisce about everything that you were writing about within that letter?
Yeah, it was, but it was also difficult in the sense you're trying to minimise it as much as possible, type of thing. I didn't want to go into too many kind of things or forget things or leave people out or whatever. But I just the significance of that for me in my career, I think, was huge at the time when we won the European Championships under 16, because more than likely I was going to sign for Celtic straight away, probably after that tournament. But then that's when Manchester United saw me play up at that tournament in Scotland. So that was the kind of a huge catalyst for me to obviously to go to Manchester United from that point, and obviously to have the career that I had. So that was a big point, and I thought I had to obviously get that in, because it was 20 years, the anniversary of it as well was just after happening too. So, and obviously we'd had a bit of a reunion earlier on in the year, and it was great to catch up with everyone. And obviously the sad part was obviously missing Liam Miller from it,
Yeah, I mean, how difficult was that for you, John, with Liam? Because Liam, obviously, I would have played alongside him a number of times. It was kind of, well, it was incredibly sad down at the funeral down in Cork when I went down as well. But how difficult was it for you to come to terms with that after Liam did pass away most recently?
Yeah, it was difficult at the time, but yeah, that's the thing where you have to. Everyone, unfortunately, sometimes in life, these things are sort of cherish the good moments that we have, and these things happen in that it happens in life, whether it be personal, families, or obviously colleagues that are friends and stuff like that. And obviously growing up through the Irish teams with Liam, and then when he came to join United as well for a spell, and it's obviously just the scenario, but the memories obviously I have of Liam too are very special, and I'm sure his kids and his wife Claire going forward, they'll have amazing memories to remember him by too, for what a fantastic fella he was, but also an amazing player he was too. So they'll have lots of great memories to live and remember him by, that's for sure.
Yeah, of course, John. I just wanted to touch on, John, just before you do go, you said that you want to carry on playing. What do you see yourself doing now over the next few years, given it's been a really difficult couple of years for you now at club level, but you said you want to carry on playing. Do you still feel fit enough, strong enough? How long do you think you can actually go on for?
Yeah, just about, Kev.
I'm batting your corner, mate. Don't worry about that.
No, look, it's one of them things. When I signed, obviously the last couple of years of Sunderland have not gone to plan for the club, and for other players obviously as well, everyone involved in it, and that's been hugely frustrating, because you know yourself, Kev, what a fantastic club it is, and fingers crossed they just get things sorted as quickly as possible with the new owners, new manager, and an idea in place, because we showed at stages during the season, but not enough that obviously we could get results. But it was just the backlog of all the, say, injuries, signings, changing the managers, all them things have caught up with the club the last couple of seasons, and it's been on a terrible spiral down. So the sooner the better the owner makes the decision, or it gets cleared by the EFL, and the new owner can put things in place with the management and whatever.
Sorry, John. What is your contract situation at the moment, John? Sorry,
just wait and see. Wait and see. Kev, obviously, I'm out of contract in end of June, and it's just a wait and see. But look, when I signed the contract last season with Sunderland, I kind of thought, well, we see how the body copes. If obviously you're wanting to play as much as you can and compete and be competitive, but I probably played more than maybe I thought during the season. But that was obviously a good thing too, that my fitness was able to hold up and get through the game. So look, we wait and see, Kev.
Yeah, just one last question then, John. Sorry, on the international team themselves, where do you see the team now? Now you're walking away from it. You've covered so many different eras and so many different managers. Where do you see the team now? What position do you see them in going forward? Yeah,
it's tricky. It's a tricky one, Kev. But they've got a good nucleus now that I think are playing at obviously in the Premier League. When you look at obviously Seamus, Shane Duffy, Kev Long has been getting in now as well. Clarkey's obviously played plenty of Premier League. You have Wardy, then you have James McCarthy when he comes back. You have there's a good nucleus of boys that are from the Premier League, and it's going to be tricky because there's a balance of young Declan Rice coming through. Not to be putting too much expectancy on maybe some of the younger boys that have maybe just had a little taster, but we definitely need more. The manager is going to need more help from maybe lads that are going to be surprise packages, and they're going to have to maybe have that bit of patience. But it's going to be a tricky time. But they've got a manager in charge who will get the most from the players he's got. That's for sure. He'll to come so close to qualifying as we did in the last campaign for the World Cup. There was a fantastic achievement, and it could have been so close. Obviously, in the sense of the playoff game, it just obviously went wrong in basically 45 minutes of football rather than a whole campaign. You know what I mean? So that's the positive that we have to take from how close we got to in that sense.
Oh, John, thanks very much for your time. John, you will make your 118th and final cap on June 2nd, it is, at the Aviva against the United States. So I wish you all the very best with that one, and good luck to you for the rest of your career. And also, John, when you're in Dublin next time, you're going to have to come in. You're going to have to spend a bit of time in this studio with me and one of the lads here one night, and we'll do a good sit-down with you anyway.
OK, look forward to it, Kev.
Good man, thanks very much. Thanks for your time, John.